Hello and welcome to episode 446 of the Daily Sales Message Podcast, where every single day I share a piece of simple and actionable advice. It's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff too. Now, in today's episode, we're talking about unspoken questions. Unspoken questions. The questions that your buyer has, not really going to mention to you because they're embarrassed. It's not appropriate. Might be rude, but they're there. Some of them, there's loads of them. It'll vary on your offering and who you're dealing with. One of the main ones is, can I trust you? Can I trust you? They might ask in other ways, can we see proof of this, etc. But can I trust you is one of the unspoken questions your buyer's going to have. Can I trust you? So you need to be thinking about, how can you demonstrate they can trust you so they don't even need to ask? Can I trust you? That's the first one. What happens if it goes wrong? What happens if it goes wrong? So you've got to cover the bases here. People don't necessarily like to talk about when things go wrong, but we have to cover the bases. This is what we're aiming for. If it doesn't happen, this is what we do, or here is our guarantee, or whatever. So can I trust you? What happens if it goes wrong? What's the likelihood of this succeeding? What's the likelihood of me getting the result that I'm looking for? Very interconnected to the previous one. And again, these are things that we can just put in your primary, secondary messaging, so we can make sure it's extremely clear or obvious, as one of my clients once said, obvious sales message. It's obvious to people why they should trust us. What happens if it goes wrong? What's the likelihood of succeeding? And then finally, it's tons of unspoken questions, and it's really up to you to think about this. And notice next time you buy something, something of any size, obviously if you're buying a chocolate bar or something, is not too much of a considered purchase, but next time you're buying something where you have to consider the purchase, think about the hidden questions that you're asking, the hidden things you're trying to understand, where you won't actually ask the person, you'll try and answer it yourself. That's what we're looking for. So the final one is, are you as good as you claim to be? Are you as good as you claim to be? And this is a little bit different from can I trust you? Can I trust you is, are you a trustworthy person? Are you honest? Do you have integrity, etc.? Because you could be really honest and trustworthy, but you could be terrible at doing what you do and delivering your service. So are you as good as you claim to be? That's another one that we really need to focus on. And to be honest, a clear sales message answers that perfectly, because when you have quote unquote an answer for everything, you sound like you know what you're talking about. And that's important, because most people are really good at what they do, but they're not really good at communicating and explaining what they do. So there's just a handful of them, but just generally the principle of unspoken questions, things your buyer won't ask you, but they are actually critical to making the sale. Be mindful of them. Include as many of them as you can in your messaging. Right, that's it for this episode of the podcast. As I check my notes, tomorrow, episode 447, we're talking about 27 questions. 27 questions and the significance of that number. I'll explain more in tomorrow's episode. In the meantime, if you haven't already, please hit the like or subscribe button, or comment, share, do anything positive that you can around this video to interact with it. It will help the algorithm reach more people just like you who are trying to learn how to sell more confident and be more stuff. You know what I'm talking about. All right, thanks for listening all the way to the end, or watching to this completely unedited podcast. I'll catch you tomorrow for hopefully a more professional edition of the Daily Sales Message.